Welcome to TechInnovation, a premier technology to industry matching event presented by IPI Singapore. As you can see from the very beautiful skyline at the back, we would like to welcome you all to Hong Kong. My name is Laura Kasensen, your host for the upcoming hour. And we'll be bringing you some of the very innovative and promising technologies, as well as new and exciting initiatives from the Hong Kong Baptist University that would for sure foster further business and technology synergies. I'm very pleased to have a gentleman here with me in this 1 hour, and he is Dr. Everett Tan, Head of Knowledge Transfer Office from the Hong Kong Baptist University.
Thanks, Laura. Hello, everyone. It's indeed my great pleasure and honor to have you here with me sharing HKBU's technologies and new initiatives with the audience on this global platform.
The pleasure is all mine, Dr. Tan. So just a quick question. Triggered by COVID-19, we realize the entire world is witnessing a lot of disruption in the healthcare industry, and people pay a lot of attention to health and wellness. So apart from trying our best to keep away from COVID-19, we're also looking for ways to boost our immune system. Is that what you're observing as well?
You're absolutely right, Laura. When talking about health and wellness, our university have a range of inventions that bring positive impacts to the society. One of the most exciting news happened this year is related to our School of Chinese Medicine. Let me tell you more. This year, HKBU finally succeeded in winning the Operation Service deed to Hong Kong's first Chinese medicine hospital.
Wow, this is indeed great news for everyone in Hong Kong. As far as I know, the School of Chinese Medicine, SCM for short, has been ceaselessly collaborating with different local, mainland, and overseas universities and organizations to offer clinical practicum as well as internship training for students, and of course also to provide clinical services to people in Hong Kong.
You're right. The Hong Kong government expects the new Chinese Medicine Hospital to start service in the second quarter of 2025. A comprehensive range of Chinese medicine clinical and supporting services will be provided.
While we all need comprehensive healthcare services like this, well, I can't wait to see the establishment of the hospital. And now let's learn a little bit more about the strengths of HKBU in traditional Chinese medicine and the history leading up to our success in attaining the service deed of this hospital.
Chinese medicine has a long celebrated history and has been serving Chinese people for thousands of years and is gaining increasing international recognition. Hong Kong Baptist University is the first institution funded by the University Grants Committee to offer tertiary education in Chinese medicine. The School of Chinese Medicine values both inheritance and innovation and makes full use of modern technologies to foster the innovative development of Chinese medicine. In August 1989, Hong Kong government formed the Working Party on Chinese Medicine to review the practice and use of Chinese medicine in Hong Kong and advise on the promotion of the proper use and upholding of the professional standard of Chinese medicine. Dr. Daniel C.W. Tse, the then president of Hong Kong Baptist University, was appointed chairman of the Preparatory Committee on Chinese Medicine in 1995. Based on the recommendations of the Working Party on Chinese Medicine in its report, the government set up a preparatory committee on Chinese medicine in April to advise on the promotion, development, and regulation of Chinese medicine in Hong Kong. Hong Kong Baptist University prepared for the launch of the first ever full-time undergraduate program in Chinese medicine funded by the University Grants Committee in Hong Kong. On the 14th of October 1999, the School of Chinese Medicine was established by merging the Institute for the Advancement of Chinese Medicine, the Chinese Medicine Division of the Faculty of Science, and the Chinese Medicine Unit of the School of Continuing Education. Dr. Daniel C.W. Tse, the then President and Vice-Chancellor, served as the Interim Director of the School of Chinese Medicine. Bachelor of Chinese Medicine and Bachelor of Science Honours in Biomedical Science double degree program and the Bachelor of Pharmacy Honours in Chinese Medicine program launched in 1998 and 2001 respectively. Hong Kong Baptist University is the first institution provided with funding by the University Grants Committee to offer these two programs. The School of Chinese Medicine has established Chinese medicine clinics all over Hong Kong, providing high-quality general and specialist Chinese medicine healthcare services for the community. Our experts and professors conduct clinical studies and observations, and their results expound the effectiveness of Chinese medicine by the way of evidence-based medicine and inform and enhance our healthcare services. Hong Kong Baptist University is the largest Chinese medicine clinic network in Hong Kong. There are a total of 10 clinics operated directly by the School of Chinese Medicine and 7 clinics established in collaboration with hospital authority and partner organizations. The School of Chinese Medicine has been offering first-rate Chinese medicine healthcare services since 1999. Our healthcare service enjoys a high degree of popularity in the community, with patient attendance at the clinics operated directly by the School of Chinese Medicine exceeding 3 million over the years. For over 20 years, Hong Kong Baptist University has its extensive network of self-run and jointly operated clinics across Hong Kong. The School of Chinese Medicine has launched a number of new products to raise the public awareness. Combining modern technology and the wisdom of traditional Chinese medicine, our researchers have conducted research of various aspects of Chinese medicine, such as herbs authentication, analysis, and new medicine development. The Digital Project of Chinese Medicine launched in 2012. 4 bilingual data systems consolidate various types of documents and Chinese medicine information in the form of images and detailed descriptions. These data systems enable the industry and general public to learn more about Chinese medicine through the internet for free, thereby further promoting the popularization and internationalization of Chinese medicine. The project has recorded more than 6 million views from over 200 countries and regions since its launch. The University Grants Committee's 2014 research assessment exercise rated 4% of the School of Chinese Medicine's research projects 4-star, world-leading, putting the School of Chinese Medicine at the top of the Chinese medicine field among local universities, and rated 18% and 50% of the project's 3-star, internationally excellent, and 2-star of international standing, respectively. Since 2004 to 2005, Hong Kong Baptist University hoped to open a Chinese medicine hospital in Hong Kong to meet the needs of teaching, scientific research, and medical services. Meanwhile, Hong Kong government planned to build a Chinese medicine hospital, and Hong Kong Baptist University hoped to cooperate with the government, so it suspended the plan. The plan to set up a traditional Chinese medicine hospital was announced in the Chief Executive's policy address in 2014. Hong Kong Baptist University submitted to the government in May 2016 an expression of interest in the development of Chinese Medicine Hospital in Chung Kwan O. Launching Chinese Medicine Hospital commissioning launch ceremony symbolizes that the plan of the Chinese Medicine Hospital is stepping into an important stage of preparation. After a series of tenders and assessments, I am glad to announce that Hong Kong Baptist University has been selected by the government as the contractor for the service deed of Hong Kong's first Chinese medicine hospital. The 2017 policy address stated the government decided to finance the construction of the Chinese medicine hospital and identify, by way of tender, a suitable non-profit making organization to operate the Chinese medicine hospital. It will be owned by the government, and the selected non-profit making organization will operate it. The government said the practice would be incorporated into the healthcare system. The Food and Health Bureau stated that pre-qualification exercises of the first and second stages of tendering for the operation of the hospital have been launched in September 2019 and September 2020 respectively. The bid evaluation has been completed. Upon the completion of the tender assessment conducted in accordance with the selection criteria and marking scheme as set out in the tender documents, Hong Kong Baptist University was eventually selected as the contractor for the service deed, the Bureau announced on the 28th of June 2021. Hong Kong Baptist University has been awarded the service deed for the operation of the Chinese Medicine Hospital in Chung Kwan O. The hospital will be the first Chinese medicine hospital in Hong Kong, and it is expected to commence service in mid-2025. It will offer the services with Chinese medicine playing the predominant role and integrated Chinese Western medicine services. Treatment areas will cover complex diseases, convalescence, rehabilitation, and preventative care and other disease categories. the Chinese Medicine Hospital could respond to citizens' demand for Chinese medicine services, and it is expected to become the headquarters for simulation-based medical training and scientific research in Hong Kong. Hong Kong Baptist University will proactively take forward the planning and preparatory works related to the commencement of service of the Chinese Medicine Hospital immediately by the service deed and in line with the government's effort to promote the development of Chinese medicine. The Chinese Medicine Hospital will explore a new healthcare model that has the potential to reform our medical services, and it will enable the public to enjoy more comprehensive and quality healthcare services. Situated in Hong Kong, an important window and channel for the internationalization of Chinese medicine, the School of Chinese Medicine is forging ahead in advancing the development of Chinese medicine both as a science and a component of Chinese culture. The School of Chinese Medicine is playing an increasingly important role in international academic organizations, and we have been increasing our presence and impact. We are proud that we are now an established school of repute. Not only does this opportunity recognize Hong Kong Baptist University's leading role in Hong Kong's Chinese medicine development, the establishment of the first Chinese medicine hospital can also contribute to the community by providing quality Chinese medicine services in Hong Kong. Collaborating with universities around the world not only allows us to contribute to the advancement of science and medicine, but also to make greater contributions to the development of Chinese medicine in Hong Kong, the Greater Bay Area, and the world.
Wow, the Chinese medical hospital sounds amazing. Well, let me ask this. How could I benefit from TCM if I'm all well and not sick at all?
Well, do you know that Chinese medicine also take care of people in the pre-disease stage as well as post-disease stage?
Oh, okay, you need to tell me more.
I will tell you how HKBU is providing comprehensive health services with prevention before disease onset as its core principle. Let's look at the following video.
Staying healthy has always been the goal pursued by all mankind. Health is the most precious asset in life. Hong Kong as an international city, the state of subhealth has become more common, while increasing severity of aging population and high prevalence of chronic diseases also place heavy burden on the public health resources. The onset and development of a health problem and the relief from it constitute a dynamic process. Chinese medicine disease prevention and health management provides effective interventions in different stages to maintain a good health. The concept of Chinese medicine disease prevention and health management comprises three aspects. Pre-disease prevention, namely prevention of diseases before their onset or the appearance of symptoms. Health preservation measures are taken to prevent the onslaught of diseases. Prevention of disease transformation, namely preventing the transformation of diseases. This means that when diseases have occurred, the focus of our measures have to be shifted immediately to early treatment to prevent disease transformation and deterioration of the patient's condition. Post-disease prevention of relapse, namely prevention of relapse after the disease is cured. This means that proper measures have to be taken to prevent the recurrence of a disease after it has been cured. Any person who is concerned about their health can achieve for themselves the goal of health preservation. Through Chinese medicine disease prevention, whether they are in the pre-disease, diseased, or post-disease stage, Chinese medicine upholds the principle of holistic disease prevention and treatment. One of the fundamental beliefs of Chinese medicine is that people have different body constitutions and therefore need personalized disease prevention and health management measures. The best prevention protocol must be one that is tailor-made for them to preserve health and prevent diseases. Another characteristic of Chinese medicine disease prevention and health management is a broad range of measures which are easy to implement in daily life, including taking Chinese medicine, acupuncture, moxibustion, massage, scraping, tai chi, qigong, food therapy, tea therapy, herbal syrup, 24 solar terms therapy, and etc. Health is a process of maintaining dynamic equilibrium with qi and blood, yin and yang in a state of constant motion. By observing and recording our health conditions with the mobile application and website developed by this program or any other means, we can acquire a comprehensive and accurate understanding of the changes of our health conditions and be more aware of managing our health. Through Chinese medicine disease prevention and health management, the goal of pre-disease prevention, prevention of disease transformation, and post-disease prevention of relapse can be achieved so as to improve health, well-being, and happiness. The School of Chinese Medicine of Hong Kong Baptist University received a generous donation from the Hong Kong Jockey Club Charities Trust to set up Jockey Club Embrace Health Chinese Medicine program. Together, they established the Hong Kong Baptist University Jockey Club Chinese Medicine Disease Prevention and Health Management Center. The core value of the center is the theory of disease prevention and physique regimen in traditional Chinese medicine in order to achieve the goal of pre-disease prevention, prevention of disease transformation, and post-disease prevention of relapse. The Chinese Medicine Disease Prevention and Health Management Center project was conceived in 2015. In 2016, the project was formally approved by the Jockey Club and preparatory work began immediately. After more than a year of preparation, the center was put into a trial service in March 2018 and commenced formally in July 2018. The center integrates diversified services and is a new type of Chinese medicine health center. The center can carry out health conditioning according to the different physiques of each person, improving their health. It is also equipped with a scientific and professional Chinese medicine 4 diagnostic instrument for analyzing one's body constitution. Through a series of methods, it can effectively help patients prevent and treat various chronic diseases. The center also has cloud-based Chinese medicine health services so patients can directly understand the changes in their own health status through the website and mobile apps developed by the center. In addition, the center disseminates Chinese medicine knowledge through a variety of channels, such as health talks, workshops, free clinic activities, manuals, thematic videos, and short films. The Chinese Medicine 4 diagnostic instrument in the center includes face-to-face consultation. The computer will take photos of the face and through computer analysis, see if there are bruises, blood streaks, or red spots on the face. Through an automatic analysis function, the face area can be automatically divided into different areas automatically. Through the tongue image analysis, the state of the tongue can be identified, including the condition of the tongue coating. Traditional Chinese medicine emphasizes peace of mind, and the state of pressure can be obtained by taking the pulse. Another part is the physique questionnaire, which analyzes the general physique according to one's answers. The Chinese Medicine 4 diagnostic instrument make use of facial examination, tongue examination, pulse examination, and questionnaires to conclude the body constitution results with guidance such as dietary advice, suggestions on acupoint massage, meridians padding, and feet soaking, which is very comprehensive.
Wow, it's really exciting to learn about the remarkable milestones that have been achieved for the HKBU Chinese Medicine Development. The hospital, the Chinese Medicine Disease Prevention Center, and the clinics in Hong Kong. I can see that the HKBU Chinese Medicine has played a leading role in providing quality services to the wider community in Hong Kong.
Yes, indeed. Not only that, apart from clinical service to the public, HKBU has also a lot of quality Chinese medicine research projects that bring significant impact to society. So Laura, tell me, when talking about Chinese medicine, what do you think of us?
Well, definitely Chinese herbal medicines, but I know that there are a lot of counterfeit products that can be found in the market. So general public like myself find a really hard time to differentiate them.
Well, I'm pleased to tell you that this problem has been solved by our Chinese medicine research team. They have developed a cost-effective technology that actually can authenticate the Chinese herb.
Wow, that's another great news for us. So can you enlighten me on that?
Sure. Let's look at technology from the School of Chinese Medicine.
Asian people consume a lot of Chinese herbs in their daily lives. In China, statistics show that the Chinese herbal medicine market size was $14.6 billion in 2017, reaching nearly $17.9 billion in 2018, and is expected to reach more than $28.7 billion in 2024, with an average annual compound growth of nearly 10%. Among all the herbs, Dendrobium officinalis caulis and cordyceps are known to be valuable and popular. Therefore, many counterfeit products can be found in the market. These products might not only be ineffective in curing diseases, but might also cause one's underlying condition to worsen. To address the issue, Dr. Simon Han and his team from the School of Chinese Medicine of Hong Kong Baptist University developed a novel technology to authenticate the herbs.
This is a convenient and low-cost method to efficiently authenticate the valuable Chinese herbal medicine, such as Dendrobium officinale and cordyceps. The authentication method enables qualitative and quantitative analysis suitable for commercial use, particularly for Chinese medicine proprietors. This technology features quick and accurate third-party authentication, alongside with membership services of an annual batch of product testings, QR code certification label, and the accessible online database for results. This invention has been granted patents in Hong Kong, Macau, mainland China, and the US. Thanks to the funding support from the ITC, our startup company, Hong Kong Authentication Center of Dendrobium officinalis caulis, is able to provide our services to Hong Kong local retailers, wholesalers, and planting farms in mainland China.
In 2018, Dr. Han's team won a gold medal at the first Asia Exhibition of Inventions Hong Kong, and HKBU is the only university in Hong Kong that has been awarded a gold medal. Furthermore, Dr. Han's patented invention has won the Excellence Award in the second Guangdong Hong Kong Macau Greater Bay Area High Value Patent Portfolio Contest 2020. Dr. Han's inventions stood out from 38 award-winning projects from Guangdong, Hong Kong, and Macau, and became one of the 3 winners from Hong Kong. The contest aims to promote exchange and collaboration on technological innovation and entrepreneurship between the mainland, Hong Kong, and Macau. It attracted over 600 participants from a wide variety of companies and enterprises this year.
We believe that our technology is very practical and important to avoid counterfeit products that could adversely affect public health.
Hi Laura, do you know what causes scarring when our wound heals?
No, I don't. That's a really difficult question.
All scarring is composed of same collagen as the tissue is replaced, but the composition of the scar tissue compared to the normal tissue is different. Scarring happens as a result of overexpression of this collagen. The type of scar differs in the amount of collagen overexpressed.
So what have our researchers uncovered?
Researchers from the School of Chinese Medicine, they have actually discovered a new way of controlling this overexpression of scarring tissues. They are using phytonutrient compounds extracted from natural sources. Shall we look at the next video, please?
I can't wait.
Hypertrophic scars and keloidal scars are elevated scars that may leave lifelong cellular marks. According to the Grandview Research Incorporation, the global hypertrophic and keloidal scar treatment market size was valued at $4.8 billion in 2017 and is expected to reach $10.2 billion by 2025. Although hypertrophic scars and keloidal scars are not technically a health hazard, they create aesthetic concern, restrict physical movement, and may also lead to itching, tenderness, pain, or even depression and anxiety. The currently available scar removal products such as silicone patches and topical products may cause skin irritation, which has led researchers to look for safer and more effective solutions. Dr. Phyllis Zhang and Dr. Afra Zhang from the School of Chinese Medicine, HKBU, has developed a series of phytonutrient-based remedial fluids, which can be used as a general topical agent or complemented with a nano sprayer for the management of elevated scars. This invention is a safe, non-invasive, and convenient approach to suppress hypertrophic and keloidal scars in the comfort of sufferer's own home. This invention has been granted patents in the US, China, and Hong Kong.
Hypertrophic and keloidal scars are two different fibroproliferative disorders of the dermal tissue upon skin injury. In general, these scars are mainly characterized by the excessive formation of extracellular matrices, the ECMs, accumulated in the skin. When we study the development of these elevated scars, at the molecular level, we found that the activation and local proliferation of stellate cells, which are also called the myofibroblasts, in the dermal layer is considered prerequisite for the overproduction of ECMs, including the intensive formation of different subtypes of collagen bundles for filling up the wounds. And also in our previous studies, we observed that a cluster of small molecule flavonoid glycosides extracted from ferns could significantly suppress the activation and proliferation of skin myofibroblasts that we collected from patients' hypertrophic scars and keloids. And our small molecules also could greatly reduce the deposition of ECMs from these skin myofibroblasts. As a result, the formation of elevated scars can be prevented.
This invention has been successfully licensed to a company, and prototypes of the phytonutrient-based remedial fluids have been developed and undergoing product testing. The prototypes are designed to reduce raised scars and improve skin condition. So far, the prototypes have been distributed to over 50 volunteers with various types of scars and different skin conditions in the initial trial. Overall, positive feedbacks were received, including notable improvement of scar appearance, alleviation of itchy feeling, and prevention of excessive scar tissues. In 2019, the spin-off company was awarded the second prize of entrepreneurship proposal from the Challenge Cup China National Competition, as well as the second prize in the Innovation Nanshan Entrepreneurs Star Contest 2019.
That was really informative. I didn't know that we could help our skin heal better.
Yes, our skin is our biggest bodily organ and our first defense against the hostile environment. Talking about hostile environment, Laura, do you know how the environment can cause our bodily harm?
Well, do you mean like when we have sun exposures, we get sunburns?
Yes, damage from the sun's UV radiation can cause other problems as well. For example, skin cancers or premature skin aging.
I know, freckles, sunspots, a big issue for many people.
True, but no worries. We have good news for you. At our School of Chinese Medicine, our professors have formulated natural extract from traditional herbs that can protect and care for our skins.
Really? You really need to tell me more about it.
Sure. Shall we let's go to the next video?
Many of us love the warmth and brightness of the sun. However, sun exposure, which is the primary source of ultraviolet radiation, frequently causes skin damage. According to the World Health Organization, chronic UV radiation exposure produces a multitude of degenerative changes in the skin cells, including freckles, nevi, and lentigines, which are pigmented areas of the skin and diffuse brown pigmentation. UV radiation hastens skin aging, and the progressive loss of suppleness leads to wrinkles and dry, coarse skin. These unfavorable outcomes are caused by oxidative stress in the epidermal and dermal layers. Furthermore, overexposure to sunlight may cause both non-melanoma and melanoma skin cancers. Each year, 2 to 3 million non-melanoma skin cancers and 132,000 melanoma skin cancers are diagnosed worldwide. On the bright side, WHO advises finding or making your own shade, as well as wearing sunscreen to protect oneself from the sun's damaging rays. And it has been suggested that they should be used in combination with other interventions for better skin protection. Although many skin whitening products containing hydroquinone, corticosteroids, or mercury are frequently marketed as cosmetics, they may constitute unapproved new medicines under federal law. Professor Zhang Hongjie and his research team from the Hong Kong Baptist University School of Chinese Medicine invented a specific class of natural compounds derived from a well-known Chinese medicine dendrobium plant. The substance achieves skin whitening, protection, and anti-aging by inhibiting the production of melanin and eliminating harmful free radicals and ROS respectively.
We know that the UV irradiation in sunshine can really do a lot of harm to our skins. It can generate harmful free radicals and ROS to damage our skins. It can also cause the generation of melanin to make our skins to become dark. In our research, we discovered a number of bioactive substances from the well-known Chinese medicines dendrobium plants. These dendrobium substances can remove free radicals and ROS to protect our skins to be damaged by the UV irradiation. Our research also found that these substances have another function to stop generation of melanin that is caused by UV irradiation. Based on this research, we formulated a number of skincare products based on these substances. Because of the dual functions of the active substances, our products can protect our skins from the harmful damages of free radicals and ROS caused by UV irradiation. At the same time, our products can also reduce the melanin production caused by the UV irradiation. The dual functions make our products as ideal skin care products to protect our skins from damages and darkening caused by the sunshine.
Patents have been granted for this innovation in jurisdictions such as Singapore, Taiwan, and the United States, and has been published in jurisdictions such as China, Hong Kong, and Japan. In 2018, the team received a bronze medal at the first Asia Exhibition of Inventions Hong Kong and a silver award for the 8th Bank of China Hong Kong Federation of Innovative Technologies and Manufacturing Industries. The invention was successfully licensed to a biotech company, and related skincare products have been manufactured and introduced to the market. The spin-off also received several prominent startup awards at national competitions.
Hi Laura, do you know that our university have a space project?
Space project?
Yes, literally one of our professors actually joined a national space life science project, and his experiments was conducted in space.
Wow, interesting. What is this about?
Well, it's about bone research. Do you know why astronauts actually suffer faster bone loss in space than on Earth?
Well, I guess probably nothing to do with UV lights.
Good guess. Actually, it's related to microgravity. And when you are in space, you lose your bones faster. We shall find out more in the next video.
The human body contains 206 bones, and they make up the body's skeleton. Bones are living tissue. As such, they are constantly going through a cycle of renewal. The imbalance between bone formation and bone resorption will lead to different diseases, such as osteoporosis and osteogenesis imperfecta. Moreover, when there is an uncontrolled growth of cells inside the bone tumors occur, which may eventually lead to bone cancer. Professor Liu Aiping and Professor Zhang Ge of the School of Chinese Medicine of HKBU have conducted different bone researches with high recognition.
Under microgravity, bone loss is several times faster than on Earth. In our experiment, we had investigated the effect of sculpting gene on bone formation under microgravity conditions in space. We hope that this study can lead to the formulation of a set of protective measures and treatment strategies, as well as the discovery of new drugs to prevent or treat bone loss resulting from space travel. It could also serve as reference for the development of healthcare and therapeutics for the aging population.
Apart from the Space Life Science Project, Professor Zhang and his team have also developed a new drug, which received the FDA Orphan Drug Designation, a specific legislation designed to promote development of treatments for rare diseases. It is the first time a drug in Hong Kong has been granted Orphan Drug Designation by the US FDA.
We have successfully developed a novel aptamer for treatment of osteogenesis imperfecta, which is also known as brittle bone disease. Aptamers are single-stranded DNA or RNA molecules that can fold into unique three-dimensional conformations. Then, aptamers bind to the targets with high binding specificity and affinity. We have screened and optimized a new class of nucleic acid aptamer against sclerostin protein. Sclerostin is a negative regulator of bone formation. The selected aptamer can bind to sclerostin and inhibit its activity. Therefore, bone formation could be promoted.
In addition to the applications in orthopedics and bone research, the aptamer-based technology could also be used in other fields, such as cancer diagnosis and treatment. One of the patents of Professor Zhang is about an invention that combines a conventional anti-cancer drug, triptolide, with aptamers. This modification could improve the drug's performance in targeting cancer cells. The new drug could have strong anti-cancer activity, low toxicity and side effects, good water solubility, and bioavailability. An aptamer research project led by Professor Liu has been awarded a grant of 50 million Hong Kong dollars from the Theme-Based Research Scheme 2020 and 2021 of the Research Grants Council.
Aptamers are promising agents in both diagnostic and therapeutic applications. We have formed a great collaborating team with top scientists in this field and established state-of-the-art technologies with research outcome being published in high-end journals. Recently, our aptamer research project has been awarded a grant of 15 million Hong Kong dollars from the Theme-Based Research Scheme 2020-21 of the Research Grants Council of Hong Kong. We have developed aptamers for targeting osteosarcoma and pancreatic cancer cells. We will keep developing highly specific aptamers for the diagnosis and the treatment of cancers. We hope to promote molecular insight and translational diagnostics of aptamers, allowing Hong Kong to become the world-leading center for aptamer research.
Laura, while too much UV radiation from the sun can damage our DNA in a cell and cause skin cancers, do you know that by combining light energy with a drug, we can actually help to combat against cancer?
Oh, how is it done?
Our Professor Wong Kar Leong and his research team from HKBU have invented a new generation of photosynthesizer drug. This drug is porphyrin lanthanide complex with specific peptides targeting cancer cells.
Well, I'm so glad to hear that. Well, how about we take a look at how this invention from HKBU can be a possible cure for cancer sufferers in the following video.
Photodynamic therapy is well known in treating cancer in that cancer cells can be safely radiated and destroyed. This is especially true for cancers like skin cancer, prostate cancer, and bladder cancer. PDT can selectively kill the cancer cells by utilizing chemical compounds called photosensitizer under a particular light irradiation. PS drugs can be administered orally or injected into the human body. Once entering the body, the drug will be retained longer in cancer cells than normal cells. Therefore, the PS drug will localize in cancer cells for a certain period of time. When a light source in particular range of wavelength is applied to activate the PS drug. After the PS drug absorbs the light energy, it creates some reactive oxygen species to destroy cancer cells. Currently, only a few PS drugs for PDT are approved by FDA or under clinical trials. In fact, the demand of PS drugs is huge, which is evidenced by statistics. Australia has the highest prevalence of skin cancer, and it's estimated that 37 to 55% Australians are affected in the global market study on PDT. The growing prevalence of skin cancer in other countries like the US and the UK is fast, and therefore it drives the revenue growth of the PDT market. In light of an unmet need for PS drugs improvement in terms of cancer cell specificity, depth of light penetration and safety, Professor Wong Kar Leung and his team members from the Department of Chemistry of Hong Kong Baptist University have invented a new generation of PS drugs which targets cancer cells specifically. This PS drug is porphyrin lanthanide complex with specific functional groups which are conjugated with carefully chosen peptides so as to increase cancer cell specificity. In the animal study, it shows that the drug is able to significantly kill cancer cells without attacking normal cells and can give responsive emission for diagnostics. This drug is safe as it is used at a lower light energy. Besides, it is highly selective and it will only destroy cancer cells instead of normal cells. Therefore, it would not induce adverse effects in patients during and after the treatment. Besides, it can be used with MRI for early-stage disease diagnosis as it provides high-resolution images for accurate diagnosis of cancer. We have a comprehensive portfolio of patents in the US, Europe, Taiwan, China, and Hong Kong. Currently, we are seeking partners to collaborate and bring this drug to the next stage of clinical trials.
Laura, do you know that irritable bowel syndrome is a common functional gastrointestinal disorder which actually affects around 10 to 20% of people worldwide? And also, people diagnosed with IBS often present with abdominal pain and constipation or diarrhea.
Yeah, I know IBS. It could be really disturbing for the sufferers and affects their daily lives.
Yes, our Professor Ben Jiaoxiang and his research team collaborated with Chinese University of Hong Kong to develop a new formulation for treatment of IBS with Chinese medicine. The treatment is very effective. So much so, even patients stop taking it for 2 months, still have no recurrence of the symptoms.
Wow, that sounds like a really good treatment for IBS sufferers.
Yes, in fact, a Hong Kong pharmaceutical company, Pira Pharm, have licensed Professor Ben's formulation for Chinese drug development, and this is now in the final clinical stage pending CFDA approval. Let's know more from the next video.
IBS is one of the commonest digestive conditions in the population. In fact, it affects up to 1 every 6 adults in the general population. People with IBS will suffer from various symptoms, for example, abdominal pain, discomfort, and also disturbance of bowel motion, such as constipation and diarrhea. Unfortunately, many of these patients seek medical advice and they receive investigations such as endoscopy or blood tests, but all of these investigations did not show any abnormal findings. On the other hand, we respect that Chinese medicine is actually a very effective medicine that has been used for treatment of various digestive conditions for thousands of years. We believe that Professor Ben and his team is a very renowned research group in the field of Chinese medicine with expertise in treatment of digestive condition, and that's why we are very delighted to have this opportunity to work with them.
In the last 15 years, starting from 2002, we majorly study whether this formulation is effective and also safe for the IBS patients. In the stage 2 studies, we majorly follow the guidelines. We fulfill all the requirements from CFDA, and we successfully applied the clinical trial certificate. When we finish the stage 2, we license our patent to the listed company in Hong Kong, which is a Pira Pharm, to help us to further develop in the stage 3, this clinical study.
Purifarm is one of the only 5 concentrated Chinese medicine granule product manufacturers approved by the CFDA in 2004. Through this collaboration, we expect to deliver a safe, standardized, and high-quality new medicine with proven efficacy in the near future. Our products will be manufactured under stringent quality control systems and according to international standards. This CCMG product will be recognized in the US. The test conducted in the testing lab, which is certified by China National Accreditation Service and ISO 17250 standard. The laboratory safety report is recognized by over 70 countries around the world. Also, the licensee has awarded USP, CNAS, TGA, and GMP certificates.
Well, the preliminary result of the herbal formula is very promising, and we found a very significant proportion of IBS patients who report significant satisfactory control of the symptoms after being put on herbal medicine. And at the same time, we find that, well, the herbal medicine is very well tolerated by our patients. We don't see any significant adverse or side effects. And that's why we are very confident that herbal formula can be further investigated and see how it can change the practice of IBS treatment.
Hi Laura, do you know which is the second most common cancer in men globally and the third most common cancer for men in Hong Kong?
Well, my guess would be prostate cancer.
Yes, you're correct. Actually, prostate cancer is the second most commonly diagnosed cancer and the 6th most leading cause of cancer for men worldwide.
So could I suppose HKBU has a treatment for prostate cancer?
Yes, we are also working on that. But today, I wish to introduce an exciting and disruptive technology invented at our university for accurate and fast detection of early prostate cancer, when treatments are less severe and the survival rate is very high. At our Department of Chemistry, our Professor Wong Kar Leong has invented an accurate, non-invasive prostate cancer detection kit using urine.
Well, let us understand that more in the following video.
PSA test?
Hey!
High level?
What do you want?
PSA test high level. Oh my god! Actually, this is a common disease. My uncle's also developed prostate cancer. He had difficulty urinating. It was too late. He finally had to remove the whole thing. The prostate gland.
So how's he?
Almost recovered. But that will affect the male hormone and lead to erectile dysfunction.
How are you feeling?
Urinary problems.
Have any pain? With blood?
Yes.
Roll up your sleeves.
Doctor.
Relax, it'll be fine. I am going to put my fingers into your rectum through the anus and check your prostate gland. Do you understand?
Mr. Joan Wong.
No blood test, no rectal exam, just urinate to get immediate results, all by yourself, fast and convenient.
Laura, apart from prostate cancer, Guangdong cancer is another Hong Kong's 10 most common cancers.
Dr. Chen, Guangdong cancer, what is it?
Nasopharyngeal carcinoma, or NPC for short. This type of cancer is so prevalent in the Guangdong province in southern China that it's dubbed Guangdong cancer. One possible cause of NPC is the Epstein-Barr virus, which is one of the most common viruses in humans. It's best known to cause glandular fever, but the virus also plays a key role in several cancers, especially NPC. It's estimated this virus causes around 200,000 cancer cases per year.
Well, I know that the HKBU research team has developed a novel drug which could potentially become a next-generation treatment for cancers associated with this virus.
Yes, you're true. Let's look at our next video.
Epstein-Barr virus is a ubiquitous human herpes virus which spreads through saliva. The infection is very common and the patient could be infected without knowing. One of 8 is known human herpes virus types in the herpes family that infects over 90% of the human populations. Nasopharyngeal cancer is one of the EBV-associated cancers where the highest NPC incidence rate is found in South China, including Hong Kong. In 2018, there were 120,000 new cases in NPC in the world, where over 60,000 new cases were found in China. Most people become infected with EBV when they are young, but they will not develop any symptoms. It is reported that around 200,000 cancer cases per year are attributable to EBV. The association of NPC and EBV is nearly 100% in endemic areas, including southern China, including Hong Kong. More than 80% of the new NPC cases are found in stage 3 or 4, while the survival rate of stage 4 NPC is only 38%. Early detection and treatment contributes to a higher survival rate. Dr. Lung Hong Lok and Professor Wong Ka Leung from the Department of Chemistry of Hong Kong Baptist University invented a new EBV-specific targeted therapy.
Our patented invention is Abner-1 targeting bioprobe to serve a dual function for both imaging and killing NPC tumor cells. There is no single agent that is able to serve this function in the market. This invention can effectively target the dimerization interface of ADNA1 to disrupt its oncogenic function and kill the cancer cells, and can also emit fluorescent signal when bound to the ADNA1 protein in these cells for imaging the EBV-associated cancers. Our new drug only targets the EBV-positive tumor cells and spares the normal cells from being attacked. The uptake of our drug can be traced by the fluorescent signal, and that can be used for tumor imaging. Our invention could replace or minimize the use of radio and chemotherapy for NPC, which could greatly improve survival of patients with advanced disease as well as their quality of life.
Laura, do you know that every 3 seconds, somebody in the world develops dementia? And 60 to 70% of such cases are caused by Alzheimer's disease.
Yeah, I have heard of this very alarming statistics. And from recollection, I remember most of the cases are being confirmed at a later stage of the disease, when the symptoms are being pronounced.
Yes, it's very difficult to diagnose Alzheimer's early, as people seldom go to hospital to have invasive tests without a reason. However, HKBU has developed a low-cost, non-invasive detection kit to detect Alzheimer's early before the symptoms occur. Let's watch the video.
As reported by World Health Organization and Alzheimer's Disease International, in every 3 seconds, there is one person diagnosed with Alzheimer's disease. As the aging population is expanding, dementia has become a tremendous socio-economic issue. Now, there are over 33 million people having AD. That accounts for 0.4% of the world population. The number of patients will almost double every 20 years, reaching 74.7 million in 2030 and 131.5 million in 2050. According to Hong Kong Alzheimer's Disease Association, 1 in every 10 local senior citizens aged 70 or above suffers from AD, and the number increases to 1 in 3 among those aged 85 or above. AD is an irreversible, degenerative brain disease that affects brain functions including memory, thinking, behavior, and the ability to perform daily activities. At the moment, there's no cure for AD. The patients may require long-term care. AD not only affects the life of the patients, but also gives their families and society burdens. According to the 2019 World Alzheimer's Report, 75% AD patients' carers are often stressed, and over 50% feel suffered due to their caring responsibilities. Although AD is incurable at the moment, early interventions and timely treatment could help the patients to retard the progression of the disease and to prolong their normal lives. There are a few evidence-based early interventions that are effective in improving cognitive functions, treating depression, improving caregiver mood, and delaying institutionalization. Some of these interventions only work and work better when started earlier in the disease course. Therefore, early diagnosis of AD is important. Since the pathological changes in AD patients' body could not significantly appear until the late stage, clinicians or even the patient's family may not recognize the early sign of AD. Therefore, biomarkers could be helpful to diagnose AD at the early stage. Several biomarkers have been recognized and established for AD diagnosis with a high diagnostic accuracy of over 85%. These biomarkers could be found in body fluid like cerebrospinal fluid. They can be detected in laboratory settings or using enzyme-linked immunosorbent assay kit. However, these assessments are limited by the requirements of sophisticated equipment, complicated steps, and long assay time, and low sensitivity. CSF is a clear, colorless fluid found in humans' brain and spinal cord. It has to be extracted from the lower part of the spine. This invasive procedure may cause pain and side effects to the patient, and is usually performed by trained physicians in hospital. Usually, as the patient develops the symptoms and go for diagnosis by CSF, this is at the middle or late stage. In order to address the issue, Professor Ricky Wong and Professor Lee Hong Wing from the Department of Chemistry of Hong Kong Baptist University lead a research team.
we had invented a new AD diagnostic kit that tests blood, saliva, or urine, providing a faster and more sensitive, affordable, and less invasive way than traditional method of detection.
Our detection assay only requires a few microliters of the body fluids to quantify the target protein biomarkers. Once the AD biomarkers is captured by the magnetic nanoparticles, an immunocomposite is formed. Then, the nanocomposite will be labeled by newly developed silane compounds and gives fluorescent signal for quantification. The intensity of fluorescent signal acts as an index to evaluate the severity of AD.
When comparing to commercially available ELISA kit, the new diagnostic kit provides another option for the patients and allows AD diagnosis using saliva and urine. In addition, even if the concentration requirement of AD biomarkers for detection is lower, it does not affect the sensitivity of the new kit. Besides, HKBU's new kit takes only 1.5 hours to obtain results, while the ELISA kit may generally take 18 hours. For a typical analysis, speed is one of the merits. It saves running cost. A shorter time allows future point-of-care products more feasible as well. Last but not least, the cost of the new kit is about $100, which is 50 times cheaper than the ELISA kit.
This technology has been granted a patent in the US. With this kit, we hope to lower the barriers for early-stage diagnosis of AD in order to help the elderly maintaining better quality of life by timely intervention.
What a wonderful invention. If Alzheimer's disease could be detected earlier on, diagnosed early on, there are a lot of preventive measures that could be done to slow down the degeneration.
Yes, you're right, Laura. That's why I'm talking about a Chinese medical herb formulation that can potential treatment for Alzheimer's.
Really?
Yes, this herbal formulation can also help in Parkinson's disease, which is the second most common neurodegenerative disease after Alzheimer's.
Well, I can't wait to know more.
Traditional Chinese medicine has a long history, and there are so many prescriptions and applications. TCM has been familiar to people. For example, Huanglian Jiedu Tang, firstly mentioned in Wai Tai Miao in the Tang Dynasty, is commonly used to treat heat and remove toxins. In the 21st century, Huanglian Jiedu Tang has been used to treat many different kinds of diseases. Professor Li Min from the School of Chinese Medicine of Hong Kong Baptist University has nearly 30 years of clinical experience. Her research pushes back the boundaries of traditional theory. Professor Li does not only focus on bioactive compounds in herbs, but also conduct in-depth research on traditional formulations and made a breakthrough.
那我们发现呢，黄连解毒汤它在细胞模型上能够清除 A 贝塔蛋白和tau蛋白的基迹。在这个阿尔兹海默 disease 的转基因老鼠，它能够穿过这个血脑屏障来清除这些导致阿尔兹海默症的主要的病理蛋白的聚集。
This innovative research has patents filed in the US, China, and Hong Kong.
我们发现呢，黄连解毒汤把其中的一味中药拿掉了以后，我们 modify 修饰了以后了，这个黄连解毒汤呢，它有更加明显的治疗阿尔兹海默症的这个效果，药理效果。我们对黄连解毒汤呢，我们已经进行了这个改造和这个重新的处方进行了一些改善，看看这些分子小复方之间，它们单体和单体之间是什么样相互作用的。那么呢，我们呢，在未来的目标是把黄连解毒汤里边的主要的几种中药里边的活性单体呢，提取出来，然后呢，我们想做一个叫做分子小复方，我们想研发治疗阿兹海默症的中药新药，叫做分子小复方新药。
Traditional Chinese medicine has a long history, and there are so many prescriptions and applications. TCM has been familiar to people. For example, Ankyra wrinklephylla is a common herb used for the treatment of hypertension and Parkinson's disease. Professor Li Min from the School of Chinese Medicine of Hong Kong Baptist University has nearly 30 years of clinical experience. As a natural herb, Ankyra wrinklephylla is safe to use. Professor Li Min's research team conducted an in-depth investigation of it for the treatment of Parkinson's disease. The new drugs derived from the herb brings hope to patients.
我发现钩藤在治疗帕金森病这个病人临床改善他临床症状方面呢，有非常好的疗效。基于我个人的临床经验以及长期大量的中医的文献报道，我们的团队呢对钩藤的药理成分、活性成分进行了研究和探索。但我们发现呢，在钩藤里边的主要活性成分是 corinoxin B 和 corinoxin 这两个活性单体呢，对于清除导致帕金森症的主要病理性蛋白叫做 alpha-synuclein 蛋白的聚集呢，有非常非常明显的效果。而且我们发现呢，钩藤清除 alpha-synuclein 蛋白的聚集是通过诱导了神经细胞的自噬，而这个发现呢，是目前为止呢还没有团队呢报道和发现过的。
This novel research has patents filed in the US, Europe, and China.
那目前我们发现这两种活性成分，我们还会继续在钩藤里面呢进行研究和筛选。我们把这些不同的活性成分呢，因为它们治疗这个 PD 也好 AD 也好呢，它们的机制有所不一样。我们把这些不同的活性成分呢进行结构修饰以后呢，增强它的药理活性，增强它的生物利用度，然后呢把不同活性成分呢合成这个治疗 PD 的中药新药，这是我们团队的一个计划。
I'm really amazed by all these innovative technologies developed by HKBU professors and our researchers. They are all disruptive to the wellness and healthcare industry.
Yes, they are. And you can see that these technologies are actually ready for commercialization and open doors for collaboration with industry.
So, Dr. Tan, if I'm really interested in your institute's technology, who could I contact?
Our university have set up a subsidiary company called HKBU R&D Licensing Limited. You are most welcome to contact us for any potential collaboration with our university. The contact details can be found in our promotion materials shared in this conference. Alternatively, you can just send us an email.
All right, got it. Well, time really flies, and we would like to thank our audience for staying with us in this 1 hour to learn about HKBU's technologies and our inventions. And a big thank you to Dr. Tan for sharing your insightful, knowledgeable sharing and introduction to each of the projects.
You're most welcome, Laura.
All right, we hope to see every one of you here in Hong Kong when the world is COVID-free again. Stay safe and take care, everyone. Goodbye.
Goodbye.